I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Hey, what were you saying?
Yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. A bitch is a jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the boss, I got Richard and Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm spitting ball like the Randu. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bad. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you hate in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Welcome back to your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm Buddy V, one half of Dynamic Duo, killing it with the one and only
Sam K. And man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building, two champions. All the way from StreetBeefs OG Yard, we have the 205-pound boxing champion, Afro Samurai.
That's me. What's going on, guys?
And all the way from StreetBeefs Scrapyard, we have another champion, the 115-pound kickboxing champion, Soul.
What up? What up?
How y'all doing?
Great,
Pretty
man.
good.
I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun show. We got it's a newer guy in the yard. He's been making waves. We got an OG who I can't believe I'm on the podcast, man, with them. Woo, I'm excited. Yeah.
Another great one.
We gotta start off because behind underneath everyone's names we see a little something, and Soul says king of getting kicked in the balls. Now, before I ask you this question, I want to paint a picture for y'all. This most recent fight. You've seen Bloodsport, kickboxing with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he has his legs where he throws that kick and holds it up in the air real tight. Now, picture Soul doing that. And in that split second, that opponent goes, bam! Full force. And that's what he suffered. So I just have to ask, how did you even continue with the fight? I mean, that was like,
okay. So I don't know if y'all saw my fight before that against Red Rocket, where I got kicked in the balls like more than once. That nut shot, like, it was the first time I was genuinely considering like not continuing a match because of how badly it hurts. And then I was like, wait, this is for a belt. I'm not about to give up, on a belt like that easily.
You got two balls, one belt.
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, well, that was an intense. I remember I watched that. I was just like, man, that's a picture perfect moment. Kodak moment. Ching.
But very accurate. That's all I can say. It's a very accurate nut shot.
But you continued on and finished that fight, though, correct?
Yep.
And got the belt.
I think like in my personal opinion, I think, I'm not very happy with my performance, even though I won, because the first match, I already fought him before, actually, in the Scrapyard. That was a rematch. It was probably it was probably the most like nervous I went into it, going into a fight, only because he's the only person to actually TKO me. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I've been wanting to get that rematch for a little while.
It's there. The skill is there. And I really like, the growth you've shown. And the growth I want to talk about, too. I mean, Afro Samurai is an OG legend. But, I mean, even from his last few fights, from the few he had, I'm forgetting a few of his opponents, all the way back to Hitman Hamilton, all the way till now. So who was your most recent opponent? Zandex. Oh, my goodness. I feel like there was times when your opponent was moving and you were, like, mirroring him. I was almost like watching an anime. I was like, this guy's for real. Like, he's just leveled up on a whole next level. So, Afro, I was kind of curious, like, what's your training been like as of recently? Because I feel like, some people grow and you've just been This fight I had to rewatch 2-3 times.
Yeah, man. A lot of my shit, man. I'm mostly independent. I don't really train with with really anybody. I got 1 or 2 training partners I stick with. A lot of my training is most of my training is sparring. A lot like Sean Strickland. My idea is you can't get better at fighting unless you're fighting for real. So a lot of it is just learning how to basically, like you said, like mirror my opponent, figure out how to get in their head, know how they're moving, how I can adjust.
Soul.
It was
Hit the mic button for me, bro.
Oh. it was actually Fair Play that put me in that mindset of I gotta grow quick. The first time I fought Fair Play, and I mean, dude folded me like a lawn chair. It was so bad. I saw that clip on Sports Center, and I was like, damn, that was a crazy low light. And then I went back and fought him the month after. I got up with this dude named Jared P. Robinson. He was a lightweight champ on Showtime. He didn't have a big name like that, but he was a champion. He fought for real, and I got with him for a month, and I picked up as much as I could with him. And I went back and fought Fair Play again. And if you ask me, low-key, I think I won that fight. Fair Play called it a draw, but the crowd said he won, and that's how it went. And, I mean, I respect it for what it is. And, I mean, he showed me what it was to really get hit and understand, like, that shit's not a game. So after that, it was like, fuck it, kill or be killed type deal. And then I got into actual amateur/pro fighting, like, you know, pay-per-view type fights, actually doing things where I gotta, like, you know, I'm on TV with it, like local, like I'm actually like being looked at. I got a chance, so it's all about showing out. It's a gladiator sport at the end of the day, so I'm trying to go in there and make a splash every time.
You've definitely made waves, bro. To double back on what you just said, I was going to say earlier, I noticed a great amount of improvement after that Fair Play fight. You know, I remember thinking, okay, we got another character, we got another, you know, and then the skill started to just show, you know, and every fight after that, you know, you were consistent. Except for maybe that Hitman Hamilton fight, which we are having a rematch with that as well,
Yeah,
correct?
that Hitman fight. I definitely I beat him 5 rounds back to
Yeah,
back to back.
yeah,
The only thing, I go back and look at that footage, and I think to myself, I was a little bit more inactive than I feel like I should have been.
yeah.
A lot of that for me was pacing because I knew it was a 5-round fight, and the last thing I
Mhm.
want is to blow my wad within the first 2 rounds and then get slept. Because don't get me wrong, I've been chirping at Hitman for the past week and a half. I've been really letting him have it. But that being said, he got some power, and I'm aware of what he got coming at me. So
Oh yeah.
in that first fight going in with him, it was all about pacing because I knew I could outpace him. He got all that muscle. He don't got 5-round cardio. So I was like, I want to make it into later rounds. And it was in the 3rd to 5th round when I was really tagging him. He was bleeding. I opened him up. So I know in this fight coming up, I know he's training hard. I mean, he's got a lot of good shit going on for him. And honestly, I'm applauding him. I'm talking my shit on the book and doing all this, you know, extra stuff. But at the end of the day, it's all entertainment. And I know that to get people interested in it, somebody got to be the heel. And he just ain't that type of person. He's too genuine. And so I decided to go ahead and start chirping, see if I can't make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, look, he don't like me. I know he don't like me. I've been a menace, and usually I'm a lot more humble. But I mean, not Fair Play, Hitman, he got so much potential to create such a big wave that I think it would be a missed opportunity if me and him didn't go into this with some kind of blood boiling after the initial fight, especially since he lost in his own documentary. Like I know he's already coming into it with some tenacity. Like
Mhm.
he wants it. So he's gonna come in there and try to take my head off, and that's what I need. So I'm really excited about it. I mean, it's less than 2 weeks. I mean, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I don't intend for it to go past the 3rd round though. That's my prediction.
Hell yeah. And I was gonna ask, you said your last, or I saw in your most recent fight, you were 190. Was that the lightest you've ever been for any of your fights?
Yeah, I actually ain't been under 190 in a long time. I'm trying to get down to 85 just so because I'm going pro in MMA probably in the next 6 months. I'm seeing how it goes. It might be sooner, it might be a little bit later. We don't know yet, but I'm trying to get down to 85. But that's so damn hard. I walk around 220 225. So getting down to 85 is a tall order.
Oh yeah, it's all about, mental sometimes. And food's good, I'm Mexican. I don't half my shit's deep fried, and oil and whatnot. So I'm like, damn. But that's actually perfect because I was gonna ask Soul. I know you fight at 115. Do you watch what you eat, or do you just try to dirty bulk, eat whatever to try to put weight on, or how does that kind of work for you? I was curious.
I don't think I'm getting enough protein or something. I don't know. My weight has not changed. It has stayed between 110 and 115 for probably since I started fighting at the Scrapyard. So yeah. So I'm always
what you need to do, bro, because putting on weight for me was mad hard coming out of middle school and in high school. When I tell you you're gonna feel full when you eating, you just got to eat more. I'm telling you, you've got to be the embodiment of damn, I'm thinking about the word. I can't think of the word, but literally feed your just stuff your face, dude. It's crazy. You're gonna feel like crap after eating, but you're gonna have to eat as much protein as possible and weights. I mean weights. Dirty bulking is pretty effective. But I'd recommend getting as much protein as possible. I'm talking chicken and rice, a lot of chicken and rice, and make that shit work. And you're gonna feel sick, but you got to do it. That's the only way to really bulk up.
naturally, I mean, I kind of like fighting at this weight class only because, so there's a downside. There's pros and cons. First, I have to typically fight people that are a lot taller than me, a lot bigger than me, just way more than me. But the upside of that is they're not going to be as quick as me. So, yep. Having a speed advantage is honestly, it's great. But sometimes I'm just kind of sitting there like, shit, I don't know if I want to move up weight classes. If I decide to pursue this as a career, even then, if I do end up, moving up weight classes, I don't think I'm gonna go past 140.
How tall are you, and what's your age?
I'm pretty sure I'm 5'5", but 20 right now.
Okay. So you still got time to grow, bro. You're still in development,
Yeah, that's true.
Grow till
I have a lot of
23
time.
years old. I say guys grow till they're about 23 years old is when their bodies stop fully growing, developing stuff to where you can start really bulking out and stuff. But you never know, get some calcium.
Probably just didn't drink enough.
Let's go.
But,
Bulky V.
I was gonna ask you because you said you don't know if you're gonna pursue a career in fighting. So do you think with StreetBeefs you're just enjoying it for now and see where it's gonna take you? And if you kind of improve more, you might try to pursue something amateur style or even professional one day.
I want to pursue it professionally. It's more so specifically Muay Thai, I guess.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, but I just want to go out to Thailand, fight, and survive that way. That's probably, for a little while is going to be my therapy, honestly. Because I've got, so much other stuff going on that I guess fighting is really the only time I'm at peace. It's the adrenaline. There's just not a feeling like it.
Felt that, bro. Bro, you hit that shit on the head, man.
And it's very possible, bro. It's very possible. We have Free Smoke out here in the West Coast who just came back from Thailand.
Oh, hell you went to Thailand? Damn.
Yeah. He got picked up by the American team, and he's been doing Muay Thai in StreetBeefs West Coast for 2 years now. He went out there, man, and served for his country.
I really
very possible.
I kind of want to go out. If I'm not wrong, I think West Coast allows elbows in their Muay Thai matches.
We do. We do.
Yes. Because reason we can is because obviously following the amateur rules up here, there's no elbows in Washington State. But in West Coast, you can do them.
Because I've seen some.
Just no grounded elbows. That's all. That's the only thing.
Sorry about that.
Whoa.
Dude. No, I was gonna ask you. You said like you were talking about Thailand, and then we brought Free Smoke, representing Team USA, and I think I heard Afro Samurai in one of his fights bring up you were going for Team USA boxing, or that was something you were trying to do.
No, so I fought with USA Boxing already. I fought with a league called Kings Walk Boxing League. And I want to be careful with how I speak because I really respect the promoter and what they did. However, I don't have too much respect for USA Boxing for overall. I think it's pretty bougie. I think the way they run things is a little bit off. And the thing about it is, all fight promoters you come across, and so I want you to really listen to me when I say this too, because if you think about like approaching it like an amateur and all that, I've seen some inner workings that you wouldn't believe, bro. Like they are shady. And when you go into it, it's very important, especially as an amateur. Number one, enjoy your career. Don't worry about wins or losses. And if they try to put you against somebody that's more experienced, don't take the fights. You're not a small person because you don't take a fight that you're not prepared for. These people will try to put you in a position to get stomped so they can make somebody else look better and vet them for the UFC or whatever contender series they're trying to do. They're just trying to grow themselves as promoters. They do not care about the fighters. Don't ever think they care about you as a fighter or an individual. This is why we have managers. That being said, get to know your people, get to know the promoters that you are fighting for and get close with them. I'm not trying to say sniff ass, but sometimes that's kind of how it has to go. Just to make sure you're in the safest position you can be, especially if you plan on going pro. Longevity is very important. You don't want to get hurt doing some shit because somebody else is trying to make a big name for themselves. Yeah, promoters can be shady. And USA Boxing, I think, has favor for a lot of people. Shout out Kings Boxing League. They did their thing. And when I went out there and fought for them, they really, they tried. But they got shafted due to a bigger community that had more power than them and took a lot away from them. And they usually lose money whenever they look out for fighters. So that's why they can't. But yeah, I have done a thing with USA Boxing. I'm done with USA Boxing. I'm probably starting my pro career in MMA, and then I'm going to take it to kickboxing next. And then after that, I will be going to boxing. I'm not sure who through, but my goal is to be pro in all four mainstream martial arts and make my name known throughout the whole category. Because the thing about it is, most people don't do that shit. Most people are like, "Oh, I want to do just MMA or be great just in boxing." I'm trying to be the type that I can say I do everything. A person who practices one kick 1,000 times is dope, but you have to have everything in your arsenal. And I think I can really make myself a menace all around. I got a lot of growing to do. I've been stomped out a few times on some big stages, and hell, my last fight I got obliterated by an Olympic competitor. I mean, I'm fighting him again May 10th. I'm not going to go out on like that. You know what I mean? But these things happen, man. These things happen. It's crazy. Promoters are shady. Promoters are shady. That's one of the story. They can be shady as hell. So watch yourself.
Drop some gems just now, man.
Like how you said it too, how you said you've won, you've lost, everything else. I think that's a big thing. A lot of people, when they come in, sometimes they let their ego get in the way. And I feel like I've lost the most from some of that, some of my losses were really some of the biggest ego checks. And, I came back twice as strong, twice as good, but it's because I was able to be grounded and be like, okay, well, here's my building blocks. Let's go back to ground zero. Let's work our way back up to where we got to go.
Yep. It's humbling. Bro, every man, they got an ego. And that's why I tell people, like, if you're a grown-ass man and you ain't never fought before, go in the cage one time and see what you're made of. You don't got to be a fighter. If you get beat and you find out it's not for you, that's okay. At least you know that as an individual, and you don't got to fake it. You don't got to act like you're something you're not. And as far as taking losses, they're never losses. They're learning experiences. If you're grown for real and you take a loss, you're going to learn from it. So never think, oh, I'm bad. I'm terrible. Fuck that. Go and be better. Like, that's lame. Fair play may be 10 times better. If I wouldn't have lost to him, I'd still be mediocre.
Absolutely.
Well said. And it took someone of that caliber to show you where you could be, where, and beyond. I never thought I'd see you in the dark room doing MMA. And then we see you in the dark room killing it at MMA, get the knockout.
With a broken hand, by the way.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
You couldn't tell the way you was painting and throwing the straights. I'm like, shh, this man's a menace. You know what I'm saying? Soul, when can we see you? When will we be seeing you back in the yard?
Probably this month, this upcoming month. If not, I still haven't completely decided yet. Only because I want to just take at least a month off to train. Because I don't know, I just don't really see a lot of people in my weight class coming out. But hey, I mean, if there's somebody at 115 pounds that knows how to use their shin as a baseball bat and would like to try it against me, I would be more than inclined. So, I mean, I think the tough part for me is really, finding matches at, my weight class. But I don't really mind, because as long as I'm learning, throughout the process, that's all that matters to me, because it's amateurs.
Correct.
Okay, and how long have you been with your fight team that you're with right now?
Washington top team.
Yeah.
I'm not actually. Oh, hold up.
The pillar says he'll drop to 115 for you.
You say he'll get down there.
It was after my first fight in August of last year. Just shortly after. I think somewhere around like September, October, around that time, I started training with the pillar quite a bit.
Oh, he's your training partner?
He's
this guy. Okay. That was a jokey joke. I took that literal.
I don't.
Nah, he was talking shit.
That's funny.
Other than that, I just kind of, I don't know. I'm not really going to any gym at the moment. There's one called Ludo Sport out in Tacoma, but I don't know. I just kind of stopped by a few gyms here and there, mostly Thai boxing.
Our T-Town MMA was kind of cool. I might go check that one out too. A lot of the guys go to Wave Combat Sports. I haven't gone there, but those guys are definitely a little bit more elite when they go. So that's like elite level sparring and whatnot. They're definitely higher up.
They have connections too. That's something I noticed about Wave.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, for both of you guys, how did we find Street Beefs, and why Street Beefs? Why are we doing Street Beefs?
I'll let you go ahead, Soul. You go ahead, bro.
Okay. You know the guy I just fought?
Yeah, the other Asian dude. I couldn't remember his fight name though.
Sorry about that, y'all.
I'm so racist.
I only came out to fight because the dude that I just fought this last Saturday can fight too, apparently, and he's my same size. So it's like, why can't I do it? But I kind of learned the hard way, in my first match against him, that straight shots are always going to be looping shots. And I learned that the very hard way. And he's kind of the reason why I kind of said it in my post-fight interview after winning the belt. If it weren't for them, I probably wouldn't have continued coming out to the Scrapyard, let alone started fighting at the Scrapyard. Because I think one of his fights was recommended to me on YouTube when I was still out in Korea. And I'm like, dang, he's my weight. I mean, he's my size. I mean, if he can do it, then I'm sure I can do it. From there, I just kind of started, I guess, dedicating a large portion of my life to combat sports, because it's just generally something I've enjoyed, beforehand. I just wasn't sure if I should get into it myself, But here I am now,
Hell yeah!
But how did you actually find the Scrapyard? That we want to know.
I don't even remember. I can't even lie to you. I'm pretty sure I just went searching on Facebook for the group.
Okay.
Like, I was so confident that I was going to be matched up with San in my first match there. I was watching like two of his fights over and over and over. And I was trying to contact anybody, that might fight at the Scrapyard or, was in the community. because I don't think I even joined the right community at first for it.
There was like 3 groups for a bit. Yeah, there was like Scrapyard, all this other stuff,
but it was really me just searching for the Facebook group at first. And
Okay.
But
so probably one of the fights led you to the groups on the online.
Pretty much, yeah.
Dope. And Afro?
For me, I watched StreetBeefs growing up a lot, and person I'm not really acquainted with anymore, but you know, I remember watching it with them, and they were like, "Hey, we could just go up here and do this." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And dude showed me the Facebook group, and so we got in the Facebook group, went ahead, click clack, you know, put in the comment section. You know, I stay in Charlotte, so that's a 6.5 hour drive from here to Winchester. So we kind of just said fuck it, because I've been competing a little bit here or there, and I did Naga and U.S. grappling for jiu-jitsu and stuff, and you know, I went out there, I did my first boxing competition, and I mean, my first fight was a TKO, and I was like, damn, and I fell in love with it from that point. I mean, now I've been fighting there for damn near 4 years.
Yeah. You got some classics under your belt, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy too, because like when you introduce, like you say, like legendary type shit, like that's insane to hear, because like I never thought, like they're sending OG, bro, they're sending me to LA in July. Like I'm living, like, even if I don't make it as a pro, even if I don't make it, like if I'm not like that, I still, once I get to LA and I fight in LA, like I've accomplished more dreams than people have ever thought possible. And like, bro, I was born into nothing. Like I don't got I wasn't born into no type of shit, that I didn't have no privilege, just a regular ass BS kind of life. And it's wild. Like I've been presented opportunities that people have been hoping for, just because one day I said fuck it and took a 6.5 hour drive, and you know, started making a name for myself. It's been a wild ride.
I definitely enjoy seeing you, and like you said, you're a legend. I mean, I have you sometimes. I watched you, Hand of Stone, or yeah, Heart of Stone. That was one of the fun ones to watch too. I mean, there's just certain people. It's like, man, it's fun. And I was actually gonna ask you. I'm curious. Do you have any favorite performances or whatnot too? I mean, mine definitely would have to be that MMA fight that Sam came right from the dark room, because boy, let me tell you.
My favorite performance is definitely the second time I fought Fair Play, only because that is where I looked the most polished, in my opinion. I definitely faded in the third round, but I was so proud of myself because I was able to defend against his wild body shots, and I found my way. I am blurred out, by the way. My camera sucks. Calm down. Anyway, yeah, no. Fair play performance, man. That first and second round. I mean, even today, like in my kickboxing matches and stuff. I mean, I look polished off. I know what I'm doing for sure, but I had a different kind of hunger, and that was I was really proud of that performance. Win or loss, I was so happy about it, because there's not a lot of people who can make it through Fair Play. There just aren't. And as awkward, like, you can say what you want about him, he don't look like he knows what he's doing. I'm gonna say that right now. I respect him so much. That boy beat the mess out of me just about twice. But watching him on YouTube, I was thinking to myself, like, he gotta be sweet. No way he hits like that. Boy, you get in there with him, he hits like a drunk stepdad on a bad night. It is wild.
Yeah, man. That's that army strength, man.
Yeah, it is. That's an army storm, bro. Like he doesn't play around, and like, yeah, he's an inspiration, man. And being now, I think like I'm getting to the point where I'm like the next. That sounds crazy, but I feel like the next Fair Play, like the way I'm coming up, I'm getting my name on the wall and everything. Like I'm kind of getting up there with him, so I want to fight him again. Shout out Fair Play, but I will see you in the pro bracket. Don't think I forgot.
Hey, we want to see it. Fair Play for the culture.
Yes, sir. For the culture, man. That's
I was curious because I know both of you guys have had a good amount of fights. Yeah, I mean, obviously you've been in for 4 years. Do you see yourself ever going to another yard? I don't think I've seen you go to a different yard yet, Afro.
I need to come to the West Coast. I need to come to the West Coast.
I'm just saying.
I need to. Here's the thing, though. I've been plotting because I'm gonna be out that way anyway in July. I'm looking into a few things. I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm looking. I'm looking to make some appearances. Florida's real close too, so Florida's closer. But I already got plans to be out in Cali anyway. So I'm making moves. Especially before I go pro. I'm trying to see all these branches. I know Fair Play went. He paid his dues all around, so I don't want to skip no parts. I don't want to skip steps. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, sir. Hey, man, we love to have you. First thing I say is cardio is key.
Oh, yeah.
And prepare for sand. Prepare for a different ground. You know, that's a huge difference. You know.
The lockable cages.
Right. We got the cages.
For
or the
like, I feel
stages.
like if a fighter came out of like Scrapyard and tried to fight in the West Coast cage, I feel like it just throw them off like crazy because of the sand. I feel like the West Coast fighters are they a lot more used to fighting in that? Is that like the main?
Honestly, that's the main grounding in the West Coast. But in my opinion, if I had to guess, my opinion only, these guys aren't training for sand conditions. Most people are shocked by what the sand does to them and what they can't do.
It takes so much cardio away. Like, just like
it takes cardio.
Like I definitely I do a lot of pavement work and shit. Goddamn, like doing jogging and stuff. But what I like to do, especially because I got a little track, like a park, I got a track around. It's a gravel track. I run on my gravel because when you push off a pavement, it's a more steady push. You don't gotta worry. There's no give. You run on wet grass or gravel, you are gassed within half the time that it takes running on pavement or some kind of treadmill. Like, you gotta I already know.
And the thing is, a lot of times guys think that they can come in and throw the same shots, but you start to realize certain punches, you're not prepared to throw those punches because you don't have the balance or the grounding or the friction necessary to throw that punch. Yeah. And now you done slip, trip, fell, you done hit the wall. Now you looking bad out here, Yeah, man, I would just say prep as much as possible. Cardio is key.
And hydrate. People forget the weather does play conditions.
Yeah.
When I went out there, the heat got there. I was like, oh yeah, I'm Mexican. I love the heat. Let me get some brown on my skin. Let me get golden. By the time my fight came, I felt a little more drained. Like, I was like, this was the dumbest shit. I've been sitting in the sun. And half the fighters are sitting there in the shade. They got umbrella. They're sitting somewhere like, yo, get out the sun before your fight. If you want to sit in the sun afterwards, do it. But just save some energy. And I was like, oh, I'm fine, whatever. No. Oh, yeah.
You're dealing with dry desert conditions, and just because you're not feeling it in the moment, oh, I'm fine. It's warm, it's hot, or whatever, but I'm fine. When it's time to act, that's when it's gonna be like, oh shit, But to answer, I think it was Soul who said something about, do the Scrapyard guys have a hard time? To the Scrapyard's credit, these guys have come out and done very well in the sand. Scrapyard's got some scrappy guys. I thought Crazy Legs was going to have a really hard time. I thought Crazy Legs would be on the ground, many times, but he held his own. So it really just boils down to the fighter in the moment. You know what I mean? But being prepared.
My buddy V now would go back to the West Coast. That'd be a whole different story, though. Yeah, I'd be way different.
We waiting.
Yeah.
All three of y'all. We love to have y'all, man.
I know there's another branch. I think it's Dirty South, but I don't think they put on as frequent as events, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah. It's like every 3 or 4 months.
Damn, for real, Dirty South that inactive?
They're the newest branch, and you know, the coordination, you know, their branch leader, Nasty Native, he's a fighter.
Yeah.
He used to fight for Street Beefs. He used to be champ, actually, double champ. But he's like pursuing professional fighting as well. So it's kind of like there's a lot going on with
I
the
see.
people who run
I
it.
see. You see, I was supposed to. They're trying to match me up with Native early on, and I was like, that's really cute, but nah.
And you're a beast, bro. You're a beast, but no.
That's one of those things, bro. Like that's what I was telling Soul. That's what I was telling Soul. I was like, it comes down to it, bro. Like, don't let that ego get in the way. Sometimes people are just better, and you gotta let that be what it is.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of the time going into my fights, I am never confident going into a fight, and it sounds bad, but
no,
that way I can at least consider all the possible, you know, worst outcomes or scenarios. I don't know how to explain it. Everyone's like, be confident in your ability, you know, be more confident, and you know, I'm just kind of sitting there like, I don't do that, so I can be as defensively responsible as I can. I don't like to have.
So what I've realized in my experience is that it is better to go into a fight thinking that you're gonna get stomped out and being prepared to negate that as much as possible. Because like you said, it definitely has you in the mindset of defense. The only problem with that is if you're too defensive, that creates a very boring fight and or a one-sided fight.
Oh, and that's what happened to me in my second fight.
So you do need to be confident in your abilities, but understand everybody has a puncher's chance. It does not make a fucking difference. If I fight somebody that's my same build, you know, they lift, they do all that, you know, they're in shape, but they don't know how to fight at all. They only have to land one good punch to completely obliterate me. It don't matter how well trained you are. So understand that you're in danger. And that's the part that's keeping you on your toes, is the understanding that you're in danger. You can be confident and know that you're not safe. That's the key.
I think I'm getting what you're saying.
Yeah, like for instance, like me and Hitman, I've been talking straight smack to this man. I'm talking like it's been dramatic, but I am overtly aware of the danger that I am in and the danger that I'm creating through talking smack to him. I know that I have to put myself. I've put myself in a position now where if I don't back it up, I'm gonna look that much worse. But that's good because it helps me feel danger. Even if I don't view him as a threat, I don't want my ego to be tarnished based off of my own unhumble actions. So I put myself in this position where I have no choice but to perform and to be better. And if he wins, he's the better man, and that's his life. And I'm gonna have to put my foot in my mouth and make it. You know, it just is what it is.
Them hooks is coming.
Yeah, they coming hard.
Yeah, they coming.
It's all good. Oh, on that point too, the hook. So you said something about every punch is a looping punch, bro. No, that's flawed. That's incorrect. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Not every punch gotta be a looping punch. It's in kickboxing. It's nice to have looping punches to be able to flow with kicks and things like that. But you can still throw solid straights without them looping. You just have to train bringing this back home. That's all you got to do. If you do this and you go down and you loop it, and it's not for a reason to throw your body or your hip into a direction, then immediately retract it and bring it back to your face. You don't have to loop any punches. Straight punches can be just straight. Wait,
is that being said to me?
Yes.
No, I was saying how straight punches beat looping punches all the time. Not all the time, but half the time. I'm just saying I learned the hard way in my first match by throwing all wild. I got caught by a straight.
I see. Okay, yeah, I misheard you. Okay, good. I'm glad.
That is also a good point though that you were making.
So let me ask both of you guys, fight influences. Who were the biggest influences coming up for you guys?
Go ahead, so.
For me, probably Demetrius Johnson. I mean, he's based out in Washington. He started off here. He's quite literally the smallest, one of the smallest UFC fighters I've ever seen, and his ability is just insane.
They got rid of his division.
That's kind of the only name that I really have at the top of my head at the moment, though.
That's a great one.
It is. Mighty Monk Johnson.
I was just watching a clip of him. I was just watching a clip of him taking out some dude was like 260. You know, they were doing jiu-jitsu, they were grappling, and yeah, he did some shit, and I'm just like, damn.
Nah, Korean Zombie. I think that's where everything started with me. Korean Zombie.
Okay.
Korean Zombie MMA.
Korean Zombie's a beast. I like watching him.
Because I feel like a part of me kind of has a little bit of Korean Zombie in me, because I can get a little wild sometimes, and it's gonna come back to bite me at some point. And yeah, probably Korean Zombie. I'll settle for that.
My biggest influence is probably John Jones and Izzy. Those guys are immaculate in movement, in basic understanding of what the sport is and how it needs to be played. I don't focus on just the cage performance though, because like I said earlier, a lot of this it's an opera, it's a soap opera. Like, you want people to see you, you want to get paid, you want to be pro. Your performance in the cage matters, but how you act outside of the cage, the way you draw eyes and attention is important. I looked at John Jones, the way he talked smack on people was typically he typically didn't say anything about their life. And the reason for that was because his life wasn't that great, but he would talk smack on their performance and how he would outperform them. He always spoke on their last fight if he had seen them before, or how he was certain and how he was going to take them out. With Izzy, it's just that air of confidence you get from somebody who just feels like they got it going on. You know what I mean? Just that it's a healthy ego kind of thing, and people are either drawn to that or pushed away from it. And either way it goes, they either want to see you win or they want to see you lose. Regardless, they want to see you. And that's what it comes down to. So I've been watching those guys a lot. And Chael Sonnen, I cannot stress enough. Chael Sonnen, the undefeated, the greatest of all time. He has never lost. That dude is insane. The way he talks shit is wild. It's my favorite thing.
I like those answers. Thank you. See, now, real quick, I kind of wanted to jump a little off topic because we're speaking about fighters. Now, don't worry, it's okay. I won't do it like last show where I bring up the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. You know, I won't do that one. But there's another two fighters I'm curious about, because the Benavidez versus Canelo fight. Do you guys know anything about that?
Oh, wait, is that set in place?
It's what?
Benavidez and Canelo.
Yeah, so because Canelo said he's only going to fight him for $200 million. I'm curious, do you feel he's trying to be like Mayweather to make money fights now? Or do you feel he knows that there's a possibility that Benavidez is hungry? He's been on the up and up. He's been wanting that shot for a while. He's calling him out. He thinks that he might actually lose that fight. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think he's trying to avoid it? Because like $200 million for a fight, I mean, that's kind of come on, man.
It's a little.
I'm gonna tell you right now. So when it comes to boxing, bro, hold up. I gotta acknowledge this. Chael's never lost. Learn your lore. Chael was confused when he tapped with Anderson. He didn't lose. He just didn't understand the rules. Chael didn't lose. Also, as far as the Canelo thing, bro, boxers are money hungry. They're just money hungry. I don't. I think a lot of these boxers, especially these like legit pro boxers, are seeing somebody like Jake Paul make such huge waves. And if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But they saw him make such huge waves, and they're rightfully upset. They're not seeing half the paycheck that Jake Paul is seeing. He's not even technically really a pro boxer. He's knocking out legends and making a huge name for himself. And I'm not taking nothing away from Paul, man. He's a genuine problem. And I think he has potential to be great. I don't think he's great yet. I think he has a lot of potential. I think there's a lot of moves he needs to make differently if he wants to be seen and respected. But that being said, these boxers are seeing this kid who who really only has one thing in mind for business, and they're jealous, and so they're trying to, put the market in a chokehold, for lack of better words, and get a better buck for their bang. I mean, it's that simple. They go and perform when it comes time, but why we got so many shell haters in the comments right now? What's going on? But yeah, no, I think 200 million is crazy, but also it's not that crazy when you think about boxing numbers anyway. Like, let's talk about Floyd Mayweather. I mean, the money you can draw in from being a big name is insane, and they just want to be that. They want to be that. They're trying to set up for future generations without killing themselves and ending up looking like that one kid who got screwed up at 19 and he's paralyzed for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? Like they want to be in and out, so you can't fault them for it, but you got to be aware. It is a money chase.
Yeah, Canelo's a brand, so he's gonna act like a brand, and his whole team is gonna support that move, whether they get it or whether they don't get it, it's still they win.
Yep.
Because I really don't want to fight. I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it, but you're gonna have to really pay me.
Really pay.
And make me the face for the year of boxing. The business.
I mean, this is what it is.
Soul's getting on the bus. All right.
I have to wait for an hour for my connecting bus. So I'm like better off staying right here or something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get back.
I thought it was only an hour in between bus routes. I thought you should have been good for like 20 more minutes. There should have been another bus, right?
Turns out there wasn't, I guess. I'm not sure why. So
an hour between buses is crazy.
It's a connecting bus as well because it's right next to the Tacoma Mall. So I'm really not sure what to do right now. If I should just stay here for the rest of the podcast.
I don't know. If you want to stay there, you can. If you want to walk, you can. After the podcast, if you really do need a ride, I could come swoop you up.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that because I have a computer to keep the phone alive to continue talking to you guys because I figured it was a good idea.
Hell yeah. All right, yeah. I can come.
I'm ready.
Shit, I guess I'm just going to be sitting in the middle of fucking South 38th Street doing a podcast, huh? Sounds fun to me.
That's dedication, bro. That's dedication out here doing what you need to do, man. That's dope.
I think in the year plus I've been doing the show, bro, you've got some of the best reception I've seen.
That's crazy, bro. You paying on a
like
that shit.
Homeboy, he ain't went out not one time. Like what? Damn. So let's start with Soul, and then we'll go to Afro Samurai. How did we get our names?
It's my middle name.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What's your?
I might change my name to James Soul Kim.
All right.
Got a ring to it.
Should I just change it to soy sauce? I mean,
wow.
Honestly,
Soul sauce.
Honestly, if I ended up changing it, I mean, maybe it might bring a little bit of attention. But I think I've already. I don't know. I'm just known as that guy that gets kicked in the balls. Unfortunately,
it happens.
Hey, wait a minute, no. Because I thought I was so original with Afro Samurai. So I grew up. I never watched Afro Samurai. I never watched that cartoon. I was not aware of that cartoon when I came up with my name. And then
no way.
I'm so dead ass. And like people won't think I'm bullshitting. And actually I've been talking to my people about it, like my family and everything. The reality is, once I blow up, I'm going to have to get into contact if they still have the rights to the name.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to like make sure I get into contact with these people so I don't get fucking sued for BS.
Or you could just change the spelling, maybe add a something, take away a something.
APHRO kind of thing, like some shit like that.
And
either way it goes. But yeah, no, I wasn't thinking about the cartoon. And then I came across the cartoon. Well, I fought, and then somebody was like, "Oh, I love that anime," and I was like, "What?" Because my fight name before Afro Samurai was just Derek, which was like an inside joke that we had before. Yeah, it was an
Sorry.
inside joke between me and my boys. Like, it was like the joke was like we'd meet somebody new, and we'd be like, "Oh, what's your name?" And they'd be like, "Oh, it's Richard." We'd be like, "Okay, your name's Nick," and just give them BS nicknames, like just real names, but like you know what I mean. So, and mine was Derek, so I just went with Derek, and then I finally came across. I thought about Afro Samurai, and I was like, okay, that's like I got an Afro. Somebody said I moved like a samurai, so I was like, I put those two together, and then somebody commented like, "Oh, I love that show," and I was like, "Show?" And I looked at, I was like, "Motherfucker, you're not even original. Like, you're not smart." And
I was just thinking, you thought you was smart, huh? You thought you was smart.
I thought I had it like that. So yeah, no, it's been some real things I've actually been researching and looking into. I'm thinking. I don't know because that show hasn't been running in a long time, and unless they renewed their rights to the name, they might not even have it anymore. I've got to look more into it. But regardless, I would like to pay homage to people who, to people's original ideas. It doesn't matter if it's original to me. If it was already in the world, then it's not original, and I have to pay homage to whatever is there for the inspiration. But yeah, I thought of it, and then found out somebody else thought of it first and made a whole cartoon about it, and I'm just slow and under a rock.
And to answer your question, 93. Oh, Jay's about to answer it. Yeah, this in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I will be going to the BKFC tryouts. I've been getting training in. I've been doing 2-a-days. I'm ready to get some more sparring in. Ready to get some more stuff. The other day, I got some good rounds in with Fire Chicken. That's what I was saying. I've been getting my shit ready. Look at that. Gonna start bulking up. Yeah. Let me show you the wings. Ready? Hold on. Let me show the wings first. Go.
You got wings?
Ready?
You got wings?
My boy got a whole transformation on him. Let's go. Let's go.
I know the boy hit hard.
He said, "Don't test him, 9 ether being." He said, "Don't test him."
I'll give him a shirt, but it's a nice one. It's it's the new Zoel merchandise. I gotta treat it nice with respect.
He got an X-ray. Found out he got that dog in him. It's a pit bull.
But
let's go.
Well, I was gonna say, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be the bearer of bad news because when it gets to this time, we usually start to wrap up the show. So I was gonna ask Samke if you had any final questions for our guests before we see whatever they had was on their mind.
Man, I think we ran through it, man. It was great time, great conversation as always, man. If y'all want to give y'all shout outs, your plugins, now's the time.
Hey, go look up my Instagram, Afro Samurai _OG, and show me some support, show me some love. I got a lot of big things going on outside of the whole LA thing. Like I'm working hard. Yeah, I mean that's about it. Appreciate you guys having me on the pod. This shit was dope. You guys are awesome. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the West Coast. Shout out Dirty South. I'd like to make it down there too. Hopefully they got something going on, within a time that's reasonable for me.
At Scrapyard.
Scrapyard too. Where y'all at? Scrapyard.
Gig Harbor, Washington.
Washington State?
Yeah, Washington State up in the Pacific Northwest.
Okay. So that we're going to plan that one. We're going to plan that one, but we're going to figure it out.
Oh, I just realized I've been on mute this entire time. Okay, so I actually had a question, but I don't know if any of you guys have been like hurt in a fight before, like at least from a shot to the head, not a body shot, but like rocked.
Oh,
because yeah. I haven't been hit hard enough. I'm pretty sure I will eventually to where my legs give out from underneath me, and it kind of already has happened, but it's like it hasn't. And I don't know what to expect. You know what I mean?
So I'll
and how to handle yourself within those kind of situations.
I'll tell you from my experience. So I fought a dude named Corey Austin in Kingsport, Tennessee, probably about 2-3 fights ago. It was a kickboxing match.
Oh,
first round, I was chilling, and it was a good exchange. The second round, he caught me with a straight from hell, and it didn't register what happened when it happened. But composure is key. I got wobbled. My legs buckled, completely buckled. I didn't hit the ground. As soon as they buckled, I stiffened up. I was against the cage at this point, and I immediately shelled up. And where people mess up, when you're in danger and you shell up, let me set my camera up so you can see what I'm talking about. Hold up. I got you. Let me show you something.
Notepads out, guys.
People be
visual representation.
So look, when you shell up, right? A lot of people will do this right here.
Yeah.
You see how my elbows are up like a 90-degree angle? When you shell up, especially in boxing, they'll teach you this. You want this to be against your rib cage, basically in the front of your rib cage and here. And with gloves on, they're like this, right? So you're going to tuck your head and you want to look through that looking glass. It's going to be shaped like a heart. And you want to see, I don't care if you're wobbled, you have to be as cognizant as possible. Shell up, defense. Get to where you can at least see the shots that are coming at you while defending. And it seems like a lot to do at one time. And I'll be honest, it don't work every time. Sometimes you get stuck and you just get put down, dude. I've been TKO'd. My last fight, I was first round TKO'd, bro. There was nothing I could do. I didn't know if I was getting punched, kicked, kneed, or anything. I didn't know.
Damn.
And it's just how it goes. But if you find yourself in that position, bro, when I say shell up, it don't mean stop looking. Create a point where you can still see, cover up your vitals, ribs, whatever the fuck could put you down, and tuck that chin, and you'll be all right. And move your feet. That's it.
I think the number one mistake that I tend to see a lot after people get hurt is they try and exchange and leave their chin wide open after shelling up, and it happens a lot.
The mistake isn't trying to exchange. The mistake is leaving your chin up. You hit it.
Yeah.
So if you get wobbled, and you get to a point where you feel like now I can exchange or I can throw something to get them off of me, do that. But like you said, keep that chin down, keep your defenses tight and where they need to be, and move your head, keep off the center line. I mean, it really comes down to all the basics. Train your fundamentals until they are in the ground, until you're just sick of them. Like the moment you think of fundamentals, you want to vomit. Like train them till you can't anymore. And it's going to get to a point where you're not going to realize the shit you're doing. You're not going to realize that you're setting up shots that are actually impressive. You know what I mean? Like, hell, my last fight, when I fought Corey Austin, I had literally, I positioned his feet with my feet to set up a hell of a shot that I was not thinking about. It just happened. I knew where his body was. I knew where my body needed to be and where I needed to move his body to be. Like it's chess, and you condition. Your body just does it. So train. I'm talking 2-a-days like he's doing. I'm talking do everything.
I'm gonna take all of that. I'm gonna take all of that into consideration for sure, because I'm gonna need it.
And don't be like me and get off of work and drink a bunch of beers in your free time. I'm not a picture-perfect example of what you should do. This is an off day. You know what I mean? I'm unwinding. Be cognizant of your health. Recover well, and you should be all right, man. It's a dangerous game, but it's fun. And don't let fear stop you. When you get wobbled, you get scared. Don't let that fear do anything. You're a man before anything else. So fuck the fight, fuck anything else. Drop your nuts and let them hang.
I guess there's that.
Well said. Well said.
Hell yeah. Well, so we didn't get your social medias real quick either. Did you drop your Instagram?
No, I did not actually. I only use my Instagram, and it's, how do I spell it? Do I just put it into chat?
Just let everybody know where to reach you.
At I hate you die now. And the U is spelled with a Y-O-U. I hate. Let me say this very clearly so you guys. I hate Y-O-U die now. All right.
That was so much better when you slowed it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
It was almost another language. I'm not gonna lie.
If you see my profile, I'll probably have been kicked in the balls like twice because there's like 2 videos of them. So that'll be me.
What was it again?
Yeah.
I need to hear it one more time. What was it?
There's like 2 videos of me getting kicked in the balls. So if you end up looking at the pinned posts and there's an Asian guy getting his nuts squashed, then you found the right account.
No, your Instagram. What is your Instagram again?
Oh no. At I hate you die now. Let me just.
Hell yeah.
I need to change that name. Don't think it's very positive.
Hey, it's perfect.
Right? See, yeah. Let's get some positivity out there so you can attract some more winnings.
Some positivity. I can do that now. That's hella.
Well, I mean, thank you both so much. This was a killer ass show. It was fun to have both of you on. Afro Samurai, like I said, my mind's blown. You're a legend. I'm so glad to have you on. Yeah.
Of course.
Much appreciated, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir. You
Appreciate
too.
the opportunity too. Thank you.
Wow, that was fun. Shit, as always.
Another one, bro. Another one. We got our segments coming up, but we got some commercials to run through real quick.
It's funny, like I wouldn't even say we're influenced by 90s music as much as I would just say we're influenced by good music. I think we're very genre diverse, like we're not really fixated on one particular era or genre of music. I think we just kind of and it shows in our music too that we kind of take the elements of whatever that we do enjoy and try to put it together some way or another. And I think that's true for all of our music.
Musically, would you call yourself polyamorous?
Polyamorous. I like that.
Oh, that's unique. I haven't heard that one.
We're gonna start using that, Jay, on all our files and stuff like that.
If I was y'all, not trying to be funny, I would probably make that the name of a song or album.
That's good. I like that. It's kind of like
a cool idea. The album and every song is a different genre.
I'm putting that in our bio right now.
I have my moment. What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Hard work, grit, determination. You know what we're about over here. And we start off with the Scrapyard. We have Chongo. Man, I love when I get to have a fighter to watch. That's a big boy. This guy can hit hard. He hits heavy. And my favorite part is that as you watch the fight, you can see him progressively turn the level up. And I'm just like, okay. And I watched him. He's feeling him out. Then he starts getting more comfortable. He starts throwing these shots. And then all of a sudden he starts doing his footwork a little cleaner. And I'm like, so I promise you, if you go watch this fight, you will not be disappointed. I'm not going to say the outcome, but you got to go see it for yourself. So, Chongo. 2, I had to keep it with the big boys. Tailed Beast. I've seen a few of his other fights, but his most recent one, he came out and he just said, I'm ready to talk. Let's do this shit. And man, he was serious. He came out. He was not playing any games. He meant business. And now after I saw that, I was like, please come back and give me some more. When you see them really rise and get that dog where it's like, I want to see some more. They're ready for some more. Yeah, I think he wants some more blood. He wants his gloves need a little more taste. They're kind of thirsty. So Tail Beast, you got to get back out there. And let me see. The third opponent from the OGR, Rooster. Oh my goodness. So I was watching this fight, and after I heard him talk, for some reason, I was like, man, this boy can fight. He just I feel like he just not even the word. I feel like he could tussle. He just so all around, he's just a rough, rugged, he just gets down. And I was not wrong. The fight, he's throwing hands, he's squaring up in different ways, throwing whatnot. And man, this overhand he threw kind of threw his opponent off. He had a 1 with a crack hook, and it was so clean. I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, this guy is a natural fighter. And you could just tell, his body flowed. And so Rooster, I want to see some more. I only found like, a handful. So please give me some more fights. I want that one. So you're my fighter to watch. Those are my 3 fighters to watch.
Nice, nice. Great picks as always, man. I got to check out Rooster. I've never seen his fights, but I've seen the other 2. Huh?
So I only found the one.
You only found one? Hey, if he's on the list, he's someone to watch. But shoot it. What?
It was warming up because we need a little bit of fire.
Fire. Yeah, Samk and the Fire 5. Let's go ahead and start things off. First and foremost at StreetBeefs OG Yard. This is a fight between Slender Man versus Lope. This is MMA. And this was a great fight. Very competitive. You saw the fighters using their kicks for range. The leg kicks were coming in. We saw takedowns come by. Heavy shots landed. And a lot of heart and effort shown by both men. Both of these guys really fighting for supremacy in there. StreetBeefs OG Yard, Slenderman versus Lope, firefight. Yeah, now we're at StreetBeefs Scrapyard. If you're trying to look this fight up, there's the title on the screen. This fight is between the Kaiju and Spartacus. This was a great kickboxing match right here. These guys, they went straight to the action as soon as the bell rung. Determination on 10. But I will say, as always, cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. Heavy shots, chopping kicks, everything you want to see in a firefight. There was a beautiful control of range, and you really got to see both these guys bring the dog out. Firefight, great finish. StreetBeefs Scrapyard, the Kaiju versus Spartacus. Yeah, moving on to StreetBeefs West Coast. This was a recent fight at our Smoke Ranch. Hammer versus Vampiro, boxing match. Again, firefight. This was a great matchup. 2 newcomers, and both of these guys came in making waves. It was a hell of a debut. Both of these men displaying their boxing skills, and the skills were very high. We got a high pace fight, a lot of action, a lot of punches, heavy shots, very slick movements, a lot of counter punches, just an all around firefight. StreetBeefs West Coast, Hammer versus Vampiro. Yeah, StreetBeefs Dirty South. If you're trying to look this fight up, you're going to have to go to the StreetBeefs Dirty South channel on YouTube. And this fight is between Chimchar versus Brawler. Again, this is StreetBeefs Dirty South. This was an MMA match. These guys went straight to the grapple game. It went straight to the ground. Lots of wrestling, a lot of exchange of momentum, and some heavy ground strikes. Yeah, some very heavy ground strikes. We end up getting a great finish. This is another firefight. StreetBeefs Dirty South, Chimchar versus Brawler. And we're going to go ahead and end it in the West Coast. StreetBeefs West Coast, Buzzkill versus the Protestant. Oh, man, this was a great boxing match right here. A boxing masterclass. Both men showing a lot of boxing skill. We got to see pretty much everything you want to see: the slips, the combos, the counters, the inside work, the constant jab, working off the jab. I mean, it was a great fight. StreetBeefs West Coast, Buzzkill versus the Protestant. Samk and the Fire 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling straight. Fire.
Fire. Yeah, man.
I was gonna say, man, we always have too much fun. Sometimes I feel bad looking at that timer, and I'm like, oh man, I want the show to keep going.
Yeah, man. You know, that's what happens almost every time, bro. When the conversation starts, you know. But yeah, bro, another great show in the books.
So about that time.
It's about that time, bro. About that time, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get through the shout outs. First and foremost, our guests. I want to thank you guys. We appreciate you guys. Street Beefs OG, Afro Samurai, Scrapyard Champ. Well, actually, both of these guys are champions. Scrapyard Kickboxing Champ Soul. Appreciate you, bro. Great conversation. You guys out there watching, go look these guys' fights up. They have very entertaining, great fights, great fighters. The people in the live chat, we appreciate you. The people watching us on playback, we appreciate you. We do this for you all. Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrapyard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We appreciate you. We do this for you guys. Shout out Overtime Hustling Magazine. We appreciate you. Heart in the Fight. We appreciate you. And yeah, man, you trying to catch me? I'm on the show, same time, same place. That's pretty much it for me. I want to say thank you, Buddy V, helping me kill it as always. Jay in the background, working the ones and twos, always killing it, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Zuel. Like you saw the shirt I'm wearing. Hard work, grit, determination. Jay, you want to pop that back up real quick? Yeah. Zuel-world.com. And you know that if you go on and use the code Y&B, YANDB, you'll get 15% off your whole order. So, make sure you go get that. No, I think it's 20% off actually. So, haha. Yeah, make sure you go order a little something, have some fun, get some merchandise, help support, have a good time. And this is only limited time, so that's all I'm gonna say. And Zwell_Buddy V. So I might go get a little training in. I might go have some stuff in, but make sure you follow the Instagram or the Zwell World Facebook, because after tonight, I think you might wake up tomorrow to a Zwell commercial. I'm just saying. Oh man, that's so cool. But who am I to spoil it for you? That's why you tune in to MMA Underground, to get it here first and only first. Man, but other than that, thank you everybody for watching. Yeah, thank you, Samke. Thank you, Jay. You guys really are the highlight of my Tuesday. So, yeah. But with that being said, we always ended in Jay's famous words with one world, one love, deuces.
Yeah.